Okay. Okay, baby. It's okay. I know. I know. Okay. So my name is Karen Greenhalgh, and this is another video, one of the first ones that I promised to do to get everyone up to date on where I am with my cancer event. Where I am right now is less than 2 weeks away from major surgery with no idea what happens on the other side, and I've never even had major surgery before, so it's all new for me. And I spent today at the hospital having pre-operative tests. They were giving me all these different appointments. I said, no, let's just do them all in one day, knock them out. So that's all done. And so to go back to my story, it actually starts 40 years ago. 40 years ago, I found my OBGYN, and I like him. I trusted him. He delivered my second child, and I went to him religiously for pap smears and annual exams. And it just seemed like good sense to me. And I'm so glad that I did that, because in 2018, I was diagnosed in one of those pap smears with having HPV, which is human papilloma virus, which is why they call it HPV, because it's so hard to remember, human papilloma virus. So HPV is transmitted to women by men. Women can't get it any other way. And there are many different strains of HPV. Some give women not quite so drastic things, like genital warts, things that are unpleasant. But there is one strain that carries the potential to give cervical cancer. And that's what I was infected with. And it was diagnosed in 2018. And it was the same doctor I've been to for so many years. And when it was diagnosed, that meant I was at a risk for developing cervical cancer. So every year after that, when I would go for the exam and pap smear, it was different. Before, it was routine. I did it just in case, didn't expect anything would happen. But now is something happening? We had a scare in 2023. The HPV cells had changed when they did the pap smear, and my doctor did a biopsy. It was just a local biopsy in his office. That came back with changes to the HPV cells, but it didn't show precancerous, but it was very concerning for me and for my doctor. And a few years later, when my insurance changed and said that at my age, I only needed a pap smear every 2 years, I still got to go every year because I was at such a high risk for developing cancer. And so last year, 2025, I got the diagnosis for precancerous cells showed up. So, and then where it went from there, I'll save that for the next video. I don't want these too long and be overwhelming. So for this one, the most important thing is I hope that women will seriously consider and commit to going for those annual exams and pap smears. This is Buford. Go for those annual exams and pap smears, because the sooner you catch it, the better. And find a doctor that you trust and go for those religiously every year. And there's a whole lot I could say that I don't want to get into. I'm not a medical person, but let's just say HPV is carried by men who have no symptoms and get none of the diseases they carry. So women have no way of knowing if they are carriers or not. And men don't know they're carriers until they give it to someone and know. And I certainly hope that men will pay attention to their behaviors so that they can protect the women that they are involved with. So if just one woman goes and gets her annual checkups and pap smears, I will feel like this video was worth the time. And I'm sorry, it took me a couple of days to get to this. I've actually tried several times and found myself stumbling over what to say and how to present it. But now that I've got the first one under my belt, the rest of them will come easier. So next we will talk about what was the first step after the pap smear that showed I had precancerous cells. So thank y'all for listening. Thank you for caring enough. I mean, you may learn something that helps you help someone else who's dealing with cancer, or give you some idea of what you're facing if you've been recently diagnosed like I have. And thank you so much for being here. And you know, Buford and I are having a wonderful day outside. My sister said I'm a daughter of the sun, and I actually have hat hair from driving with my windows down and this hat on. So at any rate, thank you so much, and thank you for listening, and I will see you soon with another video.